Before my family can go 1 week without drama. 1 week, one wahala. Mama, brother, papa, since not before. Any beef supposed to stay inside bottle.
Maggi Star is crafted from fermented soybeans, onions, chili flavor, and cloves in a way only Maggi knows.
Walking on my Maggi make right. Come with piece of beef. On the come at all beef.
Maggi Star, making every meal special and special moments unforgettable.
Maggi, love, me and Maggi so good together. Me and Maggi so good together.
It's a place very close to you, a place easily accessible in a serene environment with adequate security. Ade Super Hotels Limited is the place with the state-of-the-art facility, spacious car park, air-conditioned rooms and suites with modern toilet facilities, standard swimming pool, well-stocked indoor and outdoor baths, boardroom for corporate meetings, halls for all kinds of events and parties, a gymnasium equipped with up-to-date facilities, restaurants that provide local and continental dishes with special services for banquet and buffet. Laundry services are also available. At Ade Super Hotels Limited, you are assured of 24 hours power supply as well as best ever reception that you can imagine. Ade Super Hotels is located at Elisha Road, PO Box 3028, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 0803 440 4358, 034 206 855. Email adesuperhotels@yahoo.com. Website www.adesuperhotels.com. Ade Super Hotels Limited, hotel with passion for maximum comfort.
The prestigious NTA Television College, widely recognized for its professionalism and excellence in media training, has achieved another significant milestone. In addition to its existing affiliation with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria for the award of a degree in mass communication, the college has now received official approval from the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, to commence National Diploma, ND programs in mass communication and multimedia. Additional programs are also in progress. Admission requirements: a minimum of 5 O-level credit passes in relevant subjects. For National Diploma ND programs, minimum JAMB admissible score of 100. For degree programs, recommended JAMB score of 180 and above. This is a great opportunity to become part of the college's growing legacy in media and broadcast education. For more information,
visit our website at www.ntatvc.edu.ng or call these following numbers: 0803-838-4343, 0806-980-9897. Announcer Management.
Before, my family can go 1 week without drama. 1 week, one wahala. Mama, brother, papa, since not before. Any beef supposed to stay inside bottle.
Maggi Star is crafted from fermented soybeans, onions, chili flavor, and cloves in a way only Maggi knows.
Walking on my Maggi make right. Come with piece of beef. On the come at all beef.
Maggi Star, making every meal special and special moments unforgettable.
Maggi, love, me and Maggi so good together. Me and Maggi so good together.
On the news tonight, Senate receives state police bill, plus NEPA leads discussions on education data systems. Good evening and many thanks for joining us on the news tonight. I am Olubukola Aduwo. Now the news. I'll be taking the news from the National Assembly, where the Senate is likely to pass the State Police Bill this week Wednesday, as President Bola Tinubu transmitted to the Senate a constitution alteration bill seeking the establishment of state police in Nigeria. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
The State Police Establishment Bill is among the proposals in the ongoing sixth alteration of the Constitution of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. The Senate, in fast-tracking its passage, isolated it from other constitution amendment bills and passed it at second reading on Thursday, 11th June 2026. At this emergency sitting, a presidential communication on the State Police dated 15th June 2026 and read by the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, says the legislation would provide a framework for a dual policing structure in Nigeria with additional safeguards to better address security challenges.
This bill builds on the significant work already done in this regard by the House of Representatives and the Senate to address our nation's evolving national security challenges could be achieved quickly and effectively to the benefit of all Nigerians. The proposed legislation is a critical component of our administration's strategy to reorganize Nigeria's security architecture.
The 10th Senate will do justice to this bill or this issue of state police for Nigerians to see, and whatever can add value to the security of this nation is what is our priority. So we'll look at it, we'll debate it, and we'll discuss, and we'll take appropriate decision on it.
We need a minimum of 2/3 of distinguished senators to be able to vote on constitutional alteration. Members of public who elected us will also be interested in knowing those who actually participated in this constitutional responsibility.
The proposed bill is a critical component of efforts to reorganize the structure of policing to better protect citizens as states, communities, municipalities and local government areas will take part in policing responsibilities. Consideration of the bill was, however, adjourned to Wednesday as the Senate, in line with tradition, mourns a member of the House of Representatives from Gombe, Yahaya Tungu, who died during the recess.
May the soul of our departed colleague, Honorable Malam Yahaya Tungu, rest in perfect peace.
Meanwhile, Senator representing Kebbi South, Senator Garba Midoki, has defected from the APC to the ADC. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
And now to Ekiti State, where the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) presented the certificate of return to Governor Biodun Oyebanji in Ado Ekiti, officially confirming his re-election as Governor of Ekiti State following his victory in the June 20 governorship election. The presentation of certificate marks the conclusion of the electoral process and paves the way for the governor's second term in office. Olukemi Soni reports.
Of certificates of return to Governor Biodun Oyebanji and his fees in Ado Ekiti is in line with the Electoral Act. Election, having polled 319,224 to defeat other candidates across the government and the state. To officially conclude the election, the independent commissioner in charge of Ekiti and Osun states, Sam Olumekun, presented the certificates.
The continual conduct of free, fair, credible, inclusive, and acceptable elections that meet the values and aspirations of Nigerian people.
Governor Biodun Oyebanji attributed the victory to God, President Bola Tinubu, and the people of Ekiti State, whom he appreciated for their support and promised to continue on the right track.
I promise people that serve with humility, with fear and commitment to those values that we hold very dear.
contested the election with APC having the highest number of votes, which is adjudged as the highest in the history of Ekiti State. In Ado-Ekiti, Olukemi Sani, NTA News.
And now to education. Stakeholders in the education sector have emphasized the need for credible and reliable data to enhance effective planning and informed decision-making in Nigeria's education system. The call was made at the Conference of Directors of Planning, Research and Statistics organized by the National Institute for Educational Planning and Administration, NEPA, in Ondo State. Oluwakemi Ademola tells us more.
The 5-day conference with the theme Strengthening Education Data Systems for Evidence-Based Planning and Decision-Making brought together directors of planning, research and statistics, education administrators, development partners and other stakeholders from across the country to deliberate on strengthening education data systems for evidence-based planning and decision-making. In his welcome address, the management of the host institution noted that inadequate, fragmented, and outdated education data has continued to impede effective planning, resource allocation, and policy implementation within the education sector. The Director General of the Institute, Dr. David Shofoyeke, emphasized that decisions relating to school infrastructure, teacher deployment, budget allocation, and intervention for out-of-school children must be guided by accurate and timely data to achieve meaningful outcomes.
Once capacity is strengthened in the area of ICT, digital literacy, and AI application, it is believed that the concerned planners and MES officers will help in generating relevant data.
Other stakeholders highlighted best practices in education data management, the application of artificial intelligence in decision-making, and strategies for translating educational evidence into effective policy and practice.
With reliable data, we are able to make good decisions, we are able to formulate and implement good policies, and we are able to serve the Ghanaian child better.
The UNESCO has a record that 53% of the nations of the world are still using paper for their data storage. Nigeria must be out of this very logjam.
Participants at the conference expressed optimism that the deliberations will strengthen education data system across the states and contribute to more informed policies, improved planning, and sustainable development in Nigeria's education sector.
I believe when I go back, our data need to improve on everything that we are doing.
I should be able to identify the issues we have with data and how to address them.
We are here to learn more on how to source, collect accurate and informative data towards making decisions that will help a common man on the street.
It is expected that the recommendations from the conference would enhance evidence-based decision-making and promote greater efficiency in the management and delivering of education services nationwide. In Akure, Oluwakemi Ademola, NTA News.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, says under his watch, the ministry will sustain its consistency as dependable ambassador of the policies and programs of the Tinubu-led administration. At the ceremony of the 2026 Civil Service Week, the government spokesman challenged civil servants to exhibit the critical role of promoting unity in the country. Saliu Abdullahi Guanara reports.
With only 6 years' experience in civil service, the excited Minister of Information and National Orientation joined staff of the ministry to celebrate the 2026 Civil Service Week. Being an opportunity for an expanded engagement, he called for collective efforts to maintain the ministry's leading role as the custodian of the Renewed Hope agenda and enumerated ongoing interventions in economy, security, and infrastructure.
NELFON, which is really a flagship project of Mr. President, is ensuring that young men and women who hitherto wouldn't go to school on account of the inability of their parents or guardian to pay for their fees are now able to do so, thanks to the policy of Mr. President. We know that we have challenges, especially in terms of security. And let me tell you here that Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is working day and night with the security agencies, with our regional partners, with our international partners, to ensure that those who do not allow our people to go to farms, those who do not allow people to travel safely on their roads, those who go and shamelessly and cruelly, criminally abduct children, are being tackled. It is work in progress. Remember, this is a problem that is almost 2 decades old. Yes, I know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was elected to ensure that this problem is solved. But all of us have to come together to forge unity so that we can move on as a nation.
We recognize the efforts of all civil servants who work behind the scene. You are the engine room of governance, and all your contributions, incorruptible and citizen-centered, knowing that every action you take, every work you do, the results are going out there to benefit fellow Nigerians, including yourself.
14 years. So what level are you? Blessing David, a principal officer, was among outstanding staff that were presented with certificates of recognition.
I'm grateful to God that I'm being recognized today, so I am so happy, and I look forward to doing more so that I can have many of this to come.
It was a consensus here that civil servants like Blessing David are the needed manpower to fast-track development. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
You're still watching Nta Akure News at 7. She'll be back in a moment. Please do stay with us.
No worries, let's go make am. Mogo Bible.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money Point, made for your progress.
The prestigious NTA Television College, widely recognized for its professionalism and excellence in media training, has achieved another significant milestone. In addition to its existing affiliation with Ahmadu Bello University Zaria for the award of a degree in mass communication, the college has now received official approval from the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, to commence National Diploma, ND programs in mass communication and multimedia. Additional programs are also in progress. Admission requirements: a minimum of 5 O-level credit passes in relevant subjects. For National Diploma ND programs, minimum JAMB admissible score of 100. For degree programs, recommended JAMB score of 180 and above. This is a great opportunity to become part of the college's growing legacy in media and broadcast education. For more information,
visit our website at www.ntatvc.edu.ng or call these following numbers: 0803-838-4343, 0806-980-9897. Announcer Management.
Thank you for staying with us. You can also watch us on our social media handles, on Facebook at Nta Akure and on YouTube at Nta Akure. Respect for the Naira begins with everyday actions. To instill that culture among young Nigerians, the Central Bank of Nigeria has launched the Naira Ambassadors Club, a platform designed to promote responsible handling of the nation's currency. Musa Abubakar reports.
To handle with care and respect.
From classrooms to national course, 175 students across 7 schools in Abuja have been entrusted with a symbolic but powerful mission: protecting the integrity of Nigeria's currency as pioneer members of the Naira Ambassadors Club. The Grand Patron, The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Kadoso, described the naira as more than legal tender, but a symbol of sovereignty, trust, and national identity that reflects the strength of the nation. He cautioned against the routine abuse of banknotes, warning that such acts shorten their lifespan and increase the replacement cost borne by the public.
Our young Naira ambassadors, you are expected to become advocates. Don't keep quiet. Don't keep quiet. When you see people are not handling news properly, even in your own homes, call it out. Don't think your voice won't matter. It will.
We envision the Naira Ambassadors Club growing into a vibrant platform that inspires civic responsibility, financial literacy, and patriotism among students across the country.
Governor even ordered, directed that this should be done throughout the country.
Parents, family, so I plan on telling them that it's not good. They should learn how to take care of our money because it takes.
Through these young ambassadors, the CBN is driving a ripple effect where respect for the naira becomes instinctive and a quiet expression of national pride. In Abuja, Musa Abokan, NTA News.
And next on our lineup is sports updates, and Olumide Guntola is our guide.